Yo, what's good? It's your boy. Here to do another video, you know what I mean? We continuing the Venus sign series. This is Venus and Taurus, you know what I mean? The second sign of the zodiac. I was telling you guys in the last video, Venus and Taurus is home here, just like it's home in the sign of Libra as well too, right? So, this makes Venus comfortable in terms of the love language, which is what Venus represents, right? And even in terms of finances. Now, you may have other things going on in the chart if you feel like your relationships aren't the best, you know what I mean? But just alone off of this position, this is actually comfortable, you know what I mean? You want your Venus sign, you want your love language or how you relate to others to be very stable, which is what the sign of Taurus represents. It represents stability, security, you know, things of that nature, right? Before we continue, the Venus sign shows how you relate to others and it shows your love language. But I always tell you guys there's multiple areas, right? Multiple areas in the chart that you need to compare to see different parts of yourself, basically. So compare how you, if you want to know how you relate to others and your love language, compare that with the 7th house. 7th house is relationships. It's a Libra house, right? Now, in terms of Venus, it's also going to show what you value and kind of like the value you bring to the table, right? It can also show how you make your money, right? But compare that with the 2nd house as well too. Basically, the planets and the sign that's on the 2nd house, you compare with your Venus sign, and that will show you different ways you can possibly make money. And we're going to give you some examples of what, you know, occupations can fall under that, basically. Now, in a man's chart, Venus shows the ideal wife archetype in a man's chart, right? I made a video on daytime and nighttime charts and Hellenistic astrology. You guys can go watch that. I'll try to link that to the YouTube. Now, if you have a nighttime chart, Venus is your insect benefic, meaning it's on your team, basically, and it brings you strengths and blessings in the house that it's in, right? So that would only be for nighttime charts, right? So go watch that video, see if you have a nighttime chart, and, you know, it should bring you blessings in that area. I forgot to say this in the other video too. If you do have that nighttime chart, Venus is on your team again. But also look at the signs of Taurus and Libra in terms of the houses out there, and that could show forth for other areas. Depending on the house strength, which I talked about in that video, it could show forth for you possibly having blessings in those houses as well too, right? So that's just a heads up, you know what I mean? Now, how you relate to others, basically, right? And even your love language. You're someone who comes off very stable, very secure. Even if you don't feel that at times, this is kind of the energy in your love language. You love to be financially secure, as this is what Taurus represents, sign of, you know, money, basically, right? You know, this is a very solid type of energy that you give off. Again, compare that with your 7th house to see also how you relate to others. Now, in terms of what you value, right? You value comfortability, right? Because that's what Taurus deals with. You value, again, money, finance, stability, security. Not saying that you're materialistic, but it's just that's something you value. And that's also, since you value that, that's what you can bring to the table, basically, how solid you are, maybe your ability to make money. As Taurus is a very grounded type of energy, basically. I'm a Taurus sun, so we know how to get to the money, or at least, even if we have financial difficulties, we'll make a way to get through, you know what I mean? Look in the house that Venus is in, Venus and Taurus is in, and it's going to say, if you want to look for keywords, you can say that that's either the area where you love or you value to be comfortable in. And then by house, it's going to show you more, right? You love to be secure or stable. Those are keywords. Taurus represents stability and security. Venus represents what you value or love. So you value or love to be stable or secure, and then the house that it's in will show you. And that should resonate, basically, if you know what the houses represent. I did another video on houses recently, so you can go look at that video. I try to link it here, you know what I mean? So on the YouTube, basically. Now, how you can make money, right? Since Taurus is the sign of finance, you can make money through being a bank teller, cashier. You could be someone who's a stockbroker, which all deal with finances. I would also say probably like, I don't know if I said treasurer, excuse me if I didn't. Now Taurus is also a sign that deals with the arts and it rules over the throat. So you can actually make money through being a vocalist, right? Being an artist of any sort. This could be a singer, dancer, painter, you know what I mean? Expressing your artistic abilities. Taurus can deal with gardening, you know what I mean? So this could be someone who's a farmer or just someone who works in this industry, art dealer, actor, actress, musician, which I might have stated. And I meant to say a jeweler, you know what I mean? Even a geologist, as Taurus, again, deals with that earth element, all right? If I'm missing anything, I did another video, which I'm about to link it in, you know what I mean? To occupations that fall into each sign, right? So you can look in that video, look under the occupations for Taurus, and then whatever sign it is that's on your 2nd house, that is, you also can look at that sign And any planets that are there too, I showed you how to find that, basically to see how you can make money as well too, right? So I'll leave it there. Ideal wife in a man's chart, you probably would want a woman who's about their paper, someone who could bring some financial stability to the table, because this would be a reflection of kind of how you are, how you relate to others. Since, you know, you probably about your finances, you know what I mean, since you love to be stable. So check this out. I needed to add this in to give all of my fellas a little extra information. One of the things that I forgot to mention basically was that you can look in the house that your Venus sign is in Taurus, right? And that's basically going to tell you a little bit more about the ideal wife archetype in terms of the woman that you would need, right? So what you do is look to see which house Venus is in. So each of the 12 houses correspond with a zodiac sign, right? And that would basically give you further information in terms of the other keywords that would describe your wife archetype. If your Venus is in the first house, it's the Aries house, so you will also need a woman who has Aries qualities. If it's in the second house, you will need someone who has Taurus qualities, because that's a Taurus house. Third will be Gemini qualities. Fourth is Cancer. Fifth is Leo. Sixth is Virgo. Seventh is Libra. Eighth is Scorpio. Ninth would be Sagittarius. 10th is Capricorn. 11th is Aquarius. And 12th is Pisces, right? So you basically will look, it's another video that I'm going to link to this video that I already did on keywords associated with each sign, basically, right? And then you will look to see not only your Venus and Taurus, but yeah, just check to see that sign. It's going to give you more qualities in terms of the ideal woman that you would need, right? So I just wanted to throw that in there as extra game, you know what I mean? Hopefully it will help y'all. If you have a nighttime chart, I showed you how to find that. Look in the house that Venus is in to see where you can have blessings around. If you don't know what the houses mean, go watch the video I did for houses basically and what they represent, right? So that's pretty much the video. I know it's very short, but it should resonate with you. You know, I hope it was insightful, and I appreciate y'all. Stay tuned.